Imagine this. It's Friday afternoon, the kids are with grandparents or a trusted sitter, and for the first time in months, it's just the two of you. No homework to check, no bedtime routines, no endless laundry piles, just freedom. A weekend stretched out ahead, waiting to be filled with romance, adventure, and maybe even a glass of wine or two without interruption. Sounds dreamy, right? Well, today on Plan My Trip, we're diving into some of the best kid-free weekend trips every couple should take. These escapes are designed to rekindle connection, spark excitement, and remind you what it feels like to just be a couple again. Not just parents, not just busy professionals, but two people in love exploring the world together. And don't worry, this isn't just a list of places. Think of it as a roadmap for experiences. I'll take you through destinations where romance lives in every sunset, where you'll feel like kids again yourselves, and where you'll create stories worth telling for years. So grab your bag, grab your partner, and let's start with our first unforgettable escape. Destination 1, Napa Valley, California. Picture this: rolling vineyards stretching to the horizon, golden light pouring over the hills, and you and your partner clinking glasses of wine as the sun sets. Napa Valley isn't just about wine. It's about slowing down, savoring moments, and rediscovering each other in a place that feels worlds away from your daily routine. Spend Saturday morning on a hot air balloon ride, watching the valley wake up from above. After that, a private wine tasting, where it's not about rushing through flights, but lingering over every sip, sharing flavors and laughter. Lunch at a vineyard restaurant where farm-to-table dishes feel like they were made just for you two. In the afternoon, rent bikes and cruise through quiet vineyard roads, stopping whenever a little winery catches your eye. By evening, check into a boutique inn with a fireplace in the room, order a bottle of Cabernet, and just exhale. This isn't just a trip. It's a reminder of how much you love slowing down together. Destination 2, Charleston, South Carolina. Now let's swap the vineyards for cobblestone streets, pastel houses, and the slow rhythm of Southern charm. Charleston is like stepping into a love story where the city itself becomes a third character in your weekend. Here, the magic isn't in rushing from one attraction to another. It's in strolling hand in hand under moss-draped oak trees, pausing for oysters at a waterfront restaurant, and maybe even stealing a kiss on a horse-drawn carriage ride through the historic district. Start your Saturday with brunch. Charleston takes its food seriously, and you'll taste it in every bite of shrimp and grits or fluffy biscuits. Spend the afternoon exploring hidden gardens, boutique shops, and art galleries. And when evening falls, book a sunset sail on Charleston Harbor, watching the sky turn pink and gold as dolphins play in the distance. Stay at a romantic inn, the kind where porches and rocking chairs invite you to sit for hours, just talking, laughing, and sipping sweet tea, or maybe something stronger. This trip isn't just about seeing Charleston. It's about remembering how easy it is to enjoy life when it slows down to the pace of love. Destination 3, Sedona, Arizona. If Napa is about slowing down and Charleston is about timeless charm, Sedona is about waking up your soul. Imagine driving into a valley where red rock formations rise up like cathedrals, glowing orange and pink under the desert sun. The moment you arrive, something shifts. You feel lighter, more alive, and more connected. For couples, Sedona offers the perfect mix of adventure and intimacy. Start your Saturday morning with a hike through Cathedral Rock or Devil's Bridge. These aren't just trails, they're shared challenges, little victories that you celebrate at the top with a view that takes your breath away. Pack a picnic and sit there together, knowing that moments like these stay etched in memory forever. In the afternoon, book a couple's massage at one of Sedona's luxury spas, many of which use native herbs and stones and treatments that feel rooted in the land itself. And don't miss the famous energy vortexes. Whether you believe in them or not, standing in those spots with your partner can spark conversations and laughter that deepen your bond. When the sun goes down, head to a rooftop restaurant where the desert sky explodes with stars. Sedona at night feels almost magical. It's the kind of place where you lean into each other and realize that sometimes the most romantic thing isn't the fancy dinner or the hotel room, but just being under a sky that makes you feel infinite together. Destination 4, Key West, Florida. Now, let's trade red rocks for turquoise waters. Key West is that carefree island escape where you leave responsibilities behind the moment you step off the plane. Or in this case, onto the overseas highway if you drive down from Miami. Key West is playful, colorful, and a little mischievous. Perfect for couples who want to let loose and laugh together. Start your Saturday morning biking through pastel streets lined with conch houses and blooming bougainvillea. Stop for Cuban coffee and a slice of key lime pie because, hey, calories don't count on vacation. Spend your afternoon on the water. Maybe it's snorkeling in coral reefs. Maybe it's a sunset catamaran cruise with cocktails in hand. Whatever you choose, the ocean becomes your playground. And as the day winds down, join the locals at Mallory Square for the nightly sunset celebration. Street performers, music, and that famous Key West sunset. Painting the sky as you hold each other close. At night, the island transforms again. Duval Street comes alive with live music, dancing, and plenty of places where you can let the night carry you away. Or if you prefer something quieter, check into a charming bed and breakfast and relax by the pool with a glass of wine. In Key West, romance isn't scripted. It's spontaneous, free, and unforgettable. Destination 5. Aspen, Colorado. When most people think of Aspen, they picture skiing down powdery slopes. But here's the secret. Aspen isn't just for winter. No matter when you visit, this mountain town feels like stepping into a postcard. And it's perfect for couples who crave a mix of adventure and intimacy. If you come in winter, spend your Saturday skiing or snowboarding together. Then cozy up in a slopeside lodge with hot chocolate. Or maybe something a little stronger. The crackle of the fireplace, the snow falling outside, and the simple joy of being wrapped in blankets with your partner creates a romance you just can't fake. In summer, trade snow for hiking boots and explore trails like Maroon Bells, where jagged peaks reflect perfectly in alpine lakes. Rent bikes and ride along the Rio Grande Trail, stopping for a riverside picnic. Aspen has a way of slowing time. You won't be checking your phone here. And when the sun sets, the town comes alive with fine dining, live music, and wine bars. Stay at a boutique mountain lodge where mornings start with views of rugged peaks and evenings end in a private hot tub under the stars. Aspen is luxury blended with nature, the kind of place where you fall in love with your partner all over again. Destination 6. Finger Lakes, New York. Not every romantic getaway has to be across the country. If you're based in the Northeast, the Finger Lakes region in upstate New York is a gem waiting to be discovered. This area is famous for its wineries. More than 100 of them stretch across the region. But it's not just about wine. It's about the serene lakes, charming small towns, and cozy bed and breakfasts that make you feel like you've stepped into another world. Spend your Saturday touring Seneca Lake Wine Trail. Many vineyards here sit on hillsides overlooking the water, so every tasting comes with a view. Pack a basket with local cheeses and chocolates, and suddenly it's not just wine. You've created a picnic for two. For adventure, take a hike through Watkins Glen State Park, where waterfalls cascade down mossy cliffs and stone bridges lead you deeper into a fairy tale landscape. Later, rent a kayak and paddle across one of the lakes at sunset, the water turning to glass as the sky reflects in it. The Finger Lakes are about intimacy, quiet moments, and the luxury of being away from the noise. It's not flashy, but sometimes the most romantic places are the ones where the world feels like it belongs only to you two. Destination 7. San Juan, Puerto Rico. Here's a little twist. Did you know you can visit the Caribbean without even needing a passport? San Juan, Puerto Rico makes for a perfect kid-free weekend getaway if you're craving sunshine, beaches, and culture. Old San Juan is like stepping into a rainbow. Cobblestone streets lined with pastel buildings, plazas filled with music and laughter, and centuries-old forts overlooking the ocean. You can spend an entire day just wandering hand in hand, stopping for mojitos and fresh empanadas along the way. But it doesn't end there. San Juan is also about beaches. Spend your Saturday afternoon on Condado Beach or Escambron, letting the waves wash away any stress. For a truly unique experience, take an evening trip to the bioluminescent bay in nearby Fajardo. Paddling through glowing waters together feels like being inside a dream. And the food? Puerto Rican cuisine is soulful, flavorful, and perfect for sharing. From slow-roasted pork to sweet plantains, every bite feels like a celebration. Stay in a boutique hotel inside Old San Juan, where balconies open to views of the city's colorful streets. With music in the air and warmth all around, San Juan feels like the kind of getaway that rekindles playfulness in your relationship. Destination 8. Santa Barbara, California. To finish, let's head back to the West Coast for one of the most effortlessly romantic spots in the U.S., Santa Barbara. Often called the American Riviera, this coastal city has it all. Beaches, mountains, wine country, and that laid-back California vibe. Start your Saturday with breakfast on State Street, then wander into boutique shops and art galleries. In the afternoon, rent bikes and cruise along the beachside path, the ocean breeze in your hair, and laughter between you. If you're craving something a little more refined, take a wine tasting tour in the nearby Santa Ynez Valley. Yes, Napa gets all the fame, but Santa Barbara's wines are just as worthy of clinking glasses to. And let's talk about sunsets. Santa Barbara sunsets are legendary. Deep oranges and purples spreading across the horizon as the Pacific Ocean glows beneath it. Watch from Butterfly Beach, sitting close on the sand, or from a rooftop bar with cocktails in hand. Stay at a Spanish-style resort where the architecture itself feels like part of the romance. Terracotta tiles, archways, candlelit courtyards. Whether you're sipping wine, walking hand in hand along the shore, or simply lying in bed listening to the ocean, Santa Barbara reminds you that sometimes luxury and simplicity can exist in the same moment. So there you have it. 8 unforgettable destinations that prove you don't need weeks or kids in tow to experience magic together. From the vineyards of Napa to the red rocks of Sedona, the southern charm of Charleston to the carefree vibes of Key West, each of these trips is more than just a getaway. They're opportunities. Opportunities to reconnect, to laugh until your stomach hurts, to share quiet moments, and to remind each other that your relationship deserves as much attention as everything else in your busy lives. Because here's the truth. Time together is the greatest luxury. And these kid-free escapes, they aren't just vacations, they're investments. Investments in love, in memories, and in the stories you'll tell years from now. So, which destination is calling you the loudest? Is it the Caribbean waters of Puerto Rico? The mountain peaks of Aspen? Or maybe the charm of Charleston? Drop your dream pick in the comments. I'd love to hear where you'd go first. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and share it with your partner. Because the next trip you take could be the one that changes everything. Until next time, this is Plan My Trip, reminding you that love isn't just found at home. Sometimes it's waiting just one weekend away.